From when Nico got here his freshman year, he's grown tremendously. Obviously, I think he's got all the talent in the world to be, the best quarterback in the country. But I'm really excited to see what he does this year, and hopefully, we just win every game.
What's up, everyone? I'm Jake Merklinger, and we're here with the Players Lounge, and this is Roundup on Rocky Top.
And I'm Gaston Moore, and we both play quarterback here at the University of Tennessee.
I'm from Savannah, Georgia.
And I'm from Hilton Head, South Carolina, which is obviously, 30 minutes down the road from each other.
Yeah, so we weren't too far away from each other growing up. However, I don't think we met till we got here.
Yeah, no.
Did we?
No, we didn't. I went to Hilton Head High School, public school, and you went to Calvary Day?
Yeah.
So it's private, totally different.
Yeah. We played some mutual opponents in high school.
Yeah,
now you were 3 years ahead of me?
Yeah.
But no, I guess our recruiting was different too. We had different paths to get to Tennessee. You went to UCF first.
Yeah. And
then came here. I came straight here, and Hype recruited me. Hype recruited both of us, just at different places.
Yeah, that's crazy. I remember visiting the school in Kansas, and actually Coach Golish was the one who reached out to me to go to UCF, and then I was with that whole staff that whole year, and built great relationships with those guys, and I fell in love with the offensive scheme they run, and basically just had a great relationship with all the coaches, obviously, because you got recruited by all of them.
Right.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, they're really good coaches. They're good at recruiting. I feel like something that probably drew both of us to them is how much attention we get as quarterbacks at Tennessee and even at UCF, because you've got so many guys working with the quarterbacks, from Hype, who played quarterback, national champion, Coach Halsley, who played under Hype, Mitch, KZ.
Yeah.
Even Phillip.
Even Dees, our student assistant.
Yeah, he's the man.
So what do you think separates our offense from everyone else? Basically, why'd you come here?
Yeah, I feel like, obviously you've been in it for longer than me, but looking at it, watching from an outsider until I got here, it was super explosive. Even watching Hendon play, watching Joe play, especially that Alabama game. I know a bunch of recruits said that kind of caught their eye.
Yeah.
But the offense was super explosive. You see big plays. They're moving super fast at a high pace. It seemed very quarterback friendly from the outside, and then you get on the inside and you realize that it is, and it's everything that it looks like.
Yeah.
You've been in it for longer though, so you have probably you know more about it than me. So kind of tell me your thoughts on it.
I just love the way, obviously, like you said, Coach Hype, he was a quarterback. So he kind of understands, what we look at in our perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just also a genius. I just think the way we spread everybody out, and we like to throw the ball down the field, and it's really simple and it's really complex at the same time.
Yeah.
But it creates great success for not only quarterbacks, but, receivers, running backs, O-linemen, tight ends. So hopefully we can just keep showcasing that this year.
So speaking of Hendon and Joe, you've played with a lot of good quarterbacks and at both places. Kind of tell me what that was like to be in the room with them.
Yeah, well, starting at UCF, when I got there, obviously Mackenzie Milton was a stud. Dylan Gabriel was there. And then I came to Tennessee, and Joe and Hendon were here, and those two guys were probably the best, talent-wise quarterbacks I've ever been a part of. And my first year here was Hype's first year here also, so it was a cool relationship we built. Just me kind of knowing the offense before I got here, it wasn't as hard for the coaches to, keep teaching me it. So I got to, help all the other quarterbacks out in the room in a way. But speaking about Hendon and Joe, their leadership was pretty much off the charts. Hendon, I've learned so much from that guy. He does everything right off the football field, and I would come in on Saturdays and see him working, doing stuff up on the board, everything off the field, that makes you a great leader.
Yeah.
And even Joe did the same thing. And both of those guys' talent level is just crazy. It's probably the most insane thing I've ever seen. And, I feel like being in the quarterback room with all these type of guys for so long has made me a better player just because I've had to try to compete with those guys ever since I've been playing college football.
Yeah. No, I think they're both NFL quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty cool. You got to be in the room with both those guys.
Yeah.
With the same staff too.
Yeah. Even, obviously Nico's really talented. So it's just cool being a part. But I got to watch I came in when Joe and Hendon came in a little bit after those guys,
Yeah.
and I got to watch them compete, and I got to watch literally everything they did from ground zero to where they are now, and it was really cool, and I got to learn a lot about, on the field with football stuff, X's and O's, and off the field.
Yeah. I think that was one of the cool things too when I came here was like when you and Nico both being in the room, getting able to see how you guys go about your business, watch you guys work, just how good of leaders y'all are and how hard y'all work was super cool to be able to see, and it's still cool to see. So I'm continuing learning from you guys. And
Since it's your first fall camp coming up, what are you most excited about?
dude, I don't know. I'm not gonna say I'm nervous, but I mean, there's definitely buzz around camp. Everybody says it's pretty mentally and physically exhausting.
Yeah.
But no, I'm excited to go out and play. It's been a while since we played some spring ball to like really throw a pass in pads and play against the defense. So that's probably what I'm most excited for. But you've been there longer, so
Yeah.
what would your advice to me be on fall camp?
My advice to you would to be go over all your plays every night and go to sleep before you think you need to go to sleep because, I mean, dude, we're in the facility all day, and after the first couple of days are gonna be pretty easy just because everyone's all ramped up and stuff. But after like day 5 or 6, you're gonna start to feel tired during meetings, and that's when teams separate each other from being average to champions. So I think if not only you, but if everyone can kind of just stay locked in all of camp, which is a really hard thing to do, I think we'll all be successful.
All right, so I've heard that freshmen have to do a skit during camp. Is that true?
Yeah, it is true. You're gonna have to get with a couple other position groups, obviously, because you're
I'm
by
only one
yourself.
person.
But
Yeah.
it's funny. A couple years ago, we had one of the quarterbacks, Sully.
Yeah.
Him and all of his buddies, they interpreted Coach Schmidt, which is our weightlifting coach, and they got up there and made the whole team laugh. But it's a great time. It's a little nerve-wracking because you don't know exactly what to do.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. But I mean, you just gotta send it.
Yeah.
It'll be fun though. Have you had any thought to what you think you're gonna do?
No, I haven't, because kind of like what you said, you're trying not to offend any. I know, obviously, coaches and personnel and staff that are part of the program won't get mad, but you're like scared to kind of offend anybody or make a skit of something that might be a little too touchy for someone. So I'm still thinking about what I want to do. I also got to figure out who I'm with. I assume it'll be Peyton, the only running back, and then Cole, probably the other tight end.
Yeah, you'll be with like 4 or 5 guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I definitely think you should do something like that.
I'm excited too to see like what the other people in my class do, because I room with 3 O-linemen, obviously Sat and Max and Gage, so to kind of see what they're gonna do is gonna be funny. They'll probably be planning it out in the room the night before, rehearsing.
I remember my freshman year at UCF, we had to do the same thing, and me and my roommates were in our room the night before, like all nervous, planning out all of our stuff we were gonna do. But yeah, I mean, it's fun. At the end of the day, it'll suck before we do it, but it's fun at the end of the day.
So speaking about fall camp, we just came off of summer training, which was good. I felt like we made a lot of progress in summer training, just, getting connections down with receivers, and at least I have, because it's my first summer being here. But, just summer workouts were good. They were tough, as they should be. Had a lot of, free time, got to hang out with each other, go to the pool, got to go home a little bit.
Yeah.
So kind of how did you feel like your summer went?
I feel like it went really well. Not only me, I think our whole offense kind of got closer in a way. We started clicking.
Yeah.
It was hard when Coach Hype first got here, just at first, because not all teammates really knew each other. New recruits came in, new coaches were here, and now that there's been a foundation, I think it's been a really fun time of us working hard together and building a high level program.
Yeah, I think that's one of the cool things too about free time about summer. We live so close to each other, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we go home and we can just go train with each other, go see each other, hang out. We've got some mutual friends.
Yeah.
So that's cool to be able to go home and kind of be with your teammates. Yeah. I know a bunch of the guys are trying to plan down to get near us and have a little vacation or whatever, maybe spring break or something next year. So that'd be cool.
We should actually do that one time. We should plan I don't know, maybe our bye week or something. We can have the receivers come down.
Yeah. Train and
just hang out on the boat or do whatever.
Go fishing. You can take us all fishing.
We basically do that here.
I know.
Like on the weekends, we'll throw and stuff.
They just don't get to see kind of like where we grew up.
Yeah.
With the rivers and the
It'd
ocean.
and
and
we would definitely get a lot closer with everybody.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. All right, so kind of tell us, like, I mean, you pretty outdoorsy, like to hunt and fish. I don't do much. I mean, I like the outdoors. I grew up on the water, but not nearly as much as you. So kind of tell us about your hunting background. Teach us a little something here.
Yeah, well, I grew up hunting and fishing, so obviously I love the outdoors. And this hat we're wearing, it's called Volunteer Outdoors. It's basically it's a player-led business ran by me and our running back Patrick Wilk, and it's just introducing our teammates to the outdoors. That's like our main goal, and obviously we want to sell merchandise and stuff online and stuff, and make cool events. Like a couple months ago we had a skeet shooting event that went pretty well, but it's basically we just take our teammates hunting and fishing, something they're not used to if they're interested in it, and just spreading the outdoors.
Yeah, I went to the Sporting Clay event. That was super cool just to see everybody out there. It was my first time shooting sporting clays. I shot a shotgun, but I never shot sporting clays. Just to be out there with the guys and be able to kind of bond over that was super cool. Yeah,
I think it's really cool, like, having our teammates shoot shotguns for the first time ever and learning how to shoot clays. And it's just, I think it's a cool experience, and I think they enjoyed it too. Hopefully soon we have some fishing tournaments and stuff coming up.
That'd be dope.
Try to get with some guys and figure something out, even though the season's coming up, but we'll see what happens.
So speaking of the season, we'll get to go play in some pretty big games, get to travel to some cool environments. It'll be cool to see our preparation pay off. I know Nico's been working really hard, and I'm excited for everyone to see what he can do, because he really is special. So kind of talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, me too. From the spring game, I think all the quarterbacks had a really good spring. We all had a good spring game. From when Nico got here his freshman year, he's grown tremendously. Obviously, I think he's got all the talent in the world to be, the best quarterback in the country. But mentally, he's grown a lot. I mean, physically too. I'm really excited to see what he does this year, and hopefully, we just win every game.
I mean, yeah, straight like that. That's the goal.
Yeah. But another thing I think is pretty cool. Our quarterback room, we're all really close and stuff, but I think it's cool that we can all compete with each other and make each other better.
Yeah, no doubt. As tight as we are, we hang out, off the field. All five of us really, we hang out off the field all the time.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when we go into meeting rooms or we go on the field, we all, are competing with each other, and we all have goals and aspirations that we set for ourselves. And I think it's cool that we can kind of separate the two from being on the field and being off the field.
Yeah, for sure.